For 8 months everything seemed perfect between us. She was sweet, caring, always talking about our future together, how we'd travel the world, build careers, maybe get married someday when we were ready, and we had this comfortable routine: Sunday morning coffee in bed, Netflix binges, incredible chemistry, and I genuinely thought I'd found my person. She told me she was on birth control, had been for years. So we never used condoms, and honestly the intimacy felt so natural, so trusting. Like we were completely in sync with each other. Then 2 months ago she came to me with shaking hands, tears in her eyes, telling me she was pregnant, and my world just stopped spinning right there in our kitchen. I was terrified, confused, asking how this could happen, and that's when she casually mentioned, almost like an afterthought, that she'd missed taking her pill one day, 2 months prior, like it was no big deal. The way she said it, so nonchalant, so dismissive, made my stomach drop, because if you miss a day you tell your partner. Immediately, you use backup protection, you don't just hope for the best. She decided not to continue the pregnancy, which was a relief, but something felt off about the whole situation, the timing, her reaction, how she seemed almost disappointed by my relief. I started thinking about all those conversations about our future, how she'd bring up kids constantly, ask when I wanted to settle down, and I realized I'd been ignoring red flags, dismissing her baby fever as just dreaming about someday. After everything settled I told her I wanted to use condoms from now on, just to be safe, just to have that extra protection, and she agreed initially, seemed understanding, but the first time we tried she suddenly cried out in pain, said the condom hurt, made me stop immediately, and I felt terrible, like I was hurting the woman I loved. We tried different brands, latex-free options, tons of lube, expensive ones, cheap ones, every possible solution, but every single time she'd wince, complain, make it impossible to continue. Then last week after another failed attempt she looked me dead in the eyes and said she was back on birth control, that we could go back to the way things were, and when I said I still wanted to use condoms her entire demeanor changed. She gave me an ultimatum, said sex was non-negotiable, that she'd end our relationship if I refused unprotected sex, and the coldness in her voice, the manipulation. It was like seeing a stranger wearing my girlfriend's face. I stood my ground, told her my boundaries weren't changing, and since then she's been relentless, constant pressure, guilt trips, telling me I don't trust her, that I'm ruining our relationship over latex, crying, pleading, then getting angry, then back to crying. She's turned our home into a battlefield, making every conversation about this, every moment together tense, and I'm realizing this isn't about comfort or pain, this is about control. Now I'm sitting here planning my exit strategy, because the woman I thought I knew, the one who claimed to love me, was willing to risk both our futures, manipulate me into unprotected sex, and threaten our relationship when I tried to protect us both. The pregnancy scare wasn't an accident, it was a test run, and her reaction to my boundaries showed me exactly who she really is underneath all those sweet smiles and future plans. Trust, once broken by deception and manipulation, can never be fully repaired, and I've learned that someone who truly loves you would never pressure you into risking your future together.